Hello everyone, it is Joe here from OmniPoke, the channel that brings you guys everything Pokemon. Today we're looking at the last of the Evolution promos. This time it's going to be Jolteon GX, the one that has by far the most potential of them all. I think this guy is going to be played a lot as soon as the team up set comes out, because he's pretty much BFFs with Zapdos, and he's going to be in probably a tier 1 deck. Today though, I'm giving him a different twist, trying to take advantage of his early Jet Punch style attack that he has, and trying to ramp it up with Decidueye's Feather Arrow to increase that amount of control that we can have over our opponent's board. Trying to have a good non-GX matchup just by having the raw amount of spread that we have should be difficult for them to deal with. And against GX decks, we're trying to find combinations of Electropowers, Choice Bands, Feather Arrows to target down big knockouts. And ultimately, I feel like this deck is, you know, comparable to a Zoro Decitails or something like that. Maybe a little bit less consistent, but it makes up for that with raw aggression and trying to really take over the board as soon as you start getting your Jolteons into play. So that is the main concept of this build. Let's talk about the card inclusions. First of all, 4 copies of Eevee. Energy Evolution is huge here so that we can, going second, get an attack off with our stage 1 Jolteon. So that's going to be awesome for us. We're playing 3 copies. Electro Bullet does 30 and 30 to 1 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. As we know, Jet Punch is a huge card. One of the main driving forces behind Buzzwole is using something like Lucia turn 1 to find Beast Energy and Diancie. Therefore, it can start knocking out, you know, 60 hit point basics and even more than that sometimes. And Jolteon actually has the same thing going for it here, because that 30 base can get ramped up by the 4 copies of Electropower that we have in the deck, as well as 3 Volkner. So quite often, Electro Bullet is knocking out a Evolving Basic, or it's putting really good pressure on the opponent very early on. We're playing 3 Choice Band and 4 Electropower, so we really are trying to hit very hard with this deck. The reason why I'm preferring Jolteon to Buzzwole, and you know, Buzzwole Decidueye has never worked out before, why will a Stage 1 version of this deck work? It's because Headbolt and Swift Run are very, very efficient attacks in their own right. For a Lightning Colorless, you just do 110 with Headbolt. Sounds pretty harmless, pretty vanilla, but we do have, you know, Choice Band and 1 Electropower gets a knockout on a Tapu Lele. More Electropowers, more Feather Arrows sets this up quite nicely to get 1-hit KOs when we're having this extra, you know, Electro Bullet spreads as well sometimes. So bear this in mind. Headbolt is nothing to laugh at. And also it has the Swift Run GX attack, which is brilliant for the card. Again, that Lightning Colorless cost, also 110 base damage, and you prevent all effective attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. And that's huge text. It's basically Dawnwing's GX attack, but you can do it when you're ahead. And as I said, we're aggressive. And the way that we can keep our Jolteon on the board for, you know, sometimes 3 turns, if we go Electro Bullet, take a hit, and then Swift Run, and then they can't hit us, and then you can go into a Headbolt. This guy can sometimes take like 3-4 prizes on his own back, because this GX attack keeps him on the board quite nicely, forces people to gust around him on certain turns, and it's just really awkward for people. So we get to maintain our energy commitment on this guy for a little bit longer, and that really helps this deck maintain attackers, because, you know, we don't want to be using Electro Bullet the entire game unless we're up against non-GX decks. So the Swift Run maintains, you know, attachments on this guy, so we can start powering up stuff in the back as well. So that's really helpful. The Jolteon on top of all of this has free retreat, so we can just retreat and Guzma stuff. It helps the aggression of the deck a lot, which is just excellent. It does have resistance to metal, which isn't that relevant right now, but a awkward weakness to fighting is, you know, definitely not great. You don't really want to face down other Buzzwole players, but we're hoping that with the aggressiveness that we have, we can try and keep up, but ultimately very bad matchup for us. We can try and use Swift Run to get it out and still try and race, but it's going to be pretty awkward. From there, we're playing a 4-0-4 line of the Decidueye-GX. We don't really need Dart Tricks in the build because, firstly, we don't have much search outside of just raw Ultra Balls here, but also because we have the Volkner engine to help us dig out rare candies. So we're just going to have the basic straight into the stage 2. Decidueye is literally here for Feather Arrow alone because we don't play any Grass Energies for his attacks. Simply because Jolteon's GX attack is too good to not use. But we can put 2 damage counters on one of our opponent's Pokemon every turn. These are stackable. We try and fill the board with them as much as possible to get us into range of one-shots or just help spreading against non-GX stuff. Very, very potent ability that's seen play a bunch. And it has some sneaky synergy with Volkner, to be fair. Seeing as though Volkner can help grab things like Electropowers, our key one-ofs, candies, choice bands, stuff like that. It's just really versatile in this deck, and it really helps us get into stage 2s. I'm only playing one copy of Tapu Lele. I think I really want to maximize the stats for getting the Eevee active in the first place, but having this as a fallback plan is never too bad. That Wonder Tag going to help us get into some key supporter cards when we need to. Onto the item cards, going to have one copy of Stretcher to recycle whatever we need, one copy of Switch for when we don't need our Eevee, or if people are trying to stall Decidueye with its 2 retreat cost. I feel comfortable playing just one-ofs like this because we have Volkner to try and dig it out. One copy of Max Potion. This can be really nice, again, in sort of the energy, or keeping our threats on the board. If we've taken a hit, we can simply Max Potion and we can reattach. In combination with our Thunder Mountain, we can maintain the big attacks going off each turn, which is nuts. And even when we're just up against the non-GX stuff, just trying to snipe down things anyway, we can tank a hit, heal, reattach, and Electro Bullet all over again. Then we have 4 ofs of all the important stuff. The Nest and the Ultra Balls are going to be used alongside, you know, the ball engine that we have with Lillies, Cynthias, and Volkners to get our guys on the field as quickly as possible. 4 copies of Rare Candy. We're trying to spam Decidueyes. 4 copies of Electropower. We're going to be seeing so much of this card in the team-up set because there's going to be Zapdos-based builds and Pikachu Zekrom-based builds alongside just Jolteon builds in their own right. So this card's going to be seen a lot more in the future. The one copy of Thunder Mountain is absolutely crazy for the energy efficiency of Jolteon's attacks, essentially. You can just do your 110 for 1 turn attachment, which is pretty nuts. That's going to be absolutely incredible. And then we have the supporters. I've already mentioned how Volkner has great synergy for grabbing Rare Candy. Also gets us Ball Search cards. Can literally get us the turn 1 combo. Similar to how Buzzwell will Lucia to get themselves Beast Energy. Volkner gets us Basic Energy to turn into a Jolteon. And then the Electro Power to get the knockout, which is really huge for you. Trying to support that with Lilies and Cynthias, as well as 3 copies of Guzma. I don't really like playing anything like Elm, even though we have Rowlets and Eevees, which have 60 hit points, that gets loads of them on the field. I feel like we want to be aggressive to try and hit Electro Powers early on, so I would rather be drawing more cards with the likes of Cynthia and Lillie. And the 3 Guzma just makes sense when we're trying to pick things off and control their board of spread. I think we can get away with just 3 copies. Finally, for items, we have 3 copies of Choice Band. Choice Band is going to just increase our damage that much more and helps Jolteon be as aggressive as possible because, let's be honest, its raw base output isn't that high. So we want to make sure that we can ramp this up as much as possible. And 8 copies of Lightning is going to round things off just so that we have plenty to energy evolve into and we can Max Potion pretty freely and feel pretty happy about it. So on to some other cards that we could consider in here. Ninetales GX is one that you can always think about when you're playing some Stage 2 decks, because it can help you grab Ultra Balls, Timer Ball if we were going to play it, Rare Candy, stuff like that. Right now I'm trying to maximize the Eevee start, pretty much, because we are aggro, so that's why I'm going down that route. Ninetales isn't a really bad card to play in the deck by any means, but the deck is actually surprisingly tight in terms of where would we make our cuts. It would pretty much just be cutting a Decidueye, a Rowlet, and a Rare Candy just to squeeze in a Ninetales line. Doesn't really make much sense because we're trying to increase our Decidueye stats by putting a Ninetales in, and it's kind of anti-synergistic, so I want to just max out the Decidueye line. Zeraora GX is one that I've considered. It can help us pivot out of Decidueyes if they're going to get trapped. It also gives us a nice little Voltage GX attack against mill decks. And Plasma Fists, if you can keep your Thunder Mountain for a key turn, you can actually use this in random spots, so that's something to bear in mind. Right now, though, again, I just want to maximize that Eevee start. That's why the deck is so bare bones in terms of attackers. The other one that I would definitely consider is the Tapu Koko GX. Aero Trail, just picking up a bunch of energy from like a damaged Jolteon, or if you've used your GX attack already, you can jump in and Sky High Claws, or just having the Tapu Thunder GX attack available can deal with one big threat on your opponent's board as well. I think ultimately, Jolteon's GX attack is too strong, and I want to use it in almost every game, so that's why you're not seeing those sorts of techs. In terms of other item cards we could be playing, I think I've played around with the support account a little bit. I think something like Timer Ball could sneak in as a one-off just because of the Volkner engine. Pokemon Communication could work if we're moving into the new format again, maybe just as a 1 count. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with this list. We could think about adding in, cutting out some of the Nest Balls and play Net Ball If you do play Netball, that opens up the doors to play like just one copy of Grass Energy to attack with Decidueye if you really need to. But I keep reiterating how powerful Jolteon's GX attack is. You just want to use that every game. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to jump into the ladder now and see how this deck performs. I do like its aggressiveness. My only concern really is that we don't have a huge amount of draw power in the deck. And we have 10 supporters. 3 of them are Volkners, which don't actually draw many cards. So sometimes we can just get a hand where we're sitting on candies, or we're sitting on Decidueyes, or we're sitting on Max Potions and stuff, and we don't actually do much with the hand. So hopefully we're going to have a good go of it here. You can already see that, like, because we're holding on to rare candies straight away, this Lillie is not going to get a huge amount of value. But we do have a turn 1 Jolteon, and we're not... I mean, we are going first, so we're not going to be attacking straight away, but we can at least get our main threat onto the board straight away. And we're up against a Naganadel something. We're going to Energy Evolution. All of our Eevees and Jolteons are here. We've prized a 1-1 of our Decidueye, but our Lele is in deck, which is nice. We have all of our Electropowers. Missing out on a couple of... one Nest Ball. One No, not Guzma. One of our Lilies. One of our Volkners. One of our Energy. Not the Thunder Mountain, most notably, is nice. So how much is Lillie drawing us? 3, 4, 5. It's only drawing us 3 cards. I don't really like it. I'm going to spend Lele here just to refresh with Cynthia. The alternative is just get Volkner for like 1 Nest Ball, but that doesn't feel very good. I feel like we should refresh this hand and look for Nest Balls and other Eevees and Rowlets. We do find all of those things, which is great. No other supporter though. So we are pretty all in this current moment. But we're an aggressive deck, and this is going to be fine. 30-30 or 60-30 is good enough for me. You have a good deck. Thank you very much, Rodol. He is going to be playing an Elm. Oh, I saw Poipole and assumed it was something else entirely. So, wait, what is this? What's going on here? Zororock that plays Poipole Nag. Interesting. I've seen Ditto Naganadel before, but not Poipole. Next turn we can Guzma Electropower if he attaches to Rockruff. This is the big threat here. It'll make our hand look stronger than it is as well, because it's a positive and strong play. Oh, nice, nice, that's perfect. He won't know that our hand is weak from this as well, which is great. And we get to take a prize. So we can use that free retreat, which we love so much. We'll Guzma this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This masks how terrible our hand is. And deals with a big threat on his board. You get a rare candy Desi as well, that's not bad. We'll take that for sure. Get that Rockruff off the board. He's scary. It also means now that he can't really put a Ditto on the board because we can Candy Desi next turn. He's going to bring up the damaged Zorua, which puts us in a little bit better range, so he might be a little bit tentative about that. He's going to bench, re-bench the Rockruff, it looks like. He's going to Cynthia as well. No Zoroarks just yet. No energy either. There's a Nag. You can grab back that fighting energy. So we have to assume he's definitely playing at least 1 multi-switch. He may even play 2 because of the Naga synergy. Or E-switch even. He's going to use charging up. He may even play Baby Buzz Beast Energy because it has synergy with Nag as well. These things roaming around in my brain. When you see some not usual cards, it always makes you question a thing here or there. Oh boy. Ram. So we can Candy Desi. And I think we're just going to... I could retreat Guzma again just to have my pick of what to attack. And it traps. It could potentially trap this Rockruff, basically, is what I'm thinking. I don't mind it at all. I'll try and trap this Rockruff. Makes sense to me. Ah, we get a supporter card. Fabulous. Again, not a draw supporter, but it's good enough for now. We can't complain when our opponent's drawing like they are. It's going to be a Choice Band Wild Kick. Oh, baby. And a Cynthia, fair enough. He could get Lycanroc. Energy Switch. You never know. Could get the whole shebang. We'd be pretty sad if he did. Oh, man. Yep, here comes Lycanroc. Maybe he has the whole thing. That would be pretty nuts. Is he just doing it to protect the Rockruff? That's my hope. He's trading first. He switches the dream, the nightmare. Oh, thank goodness. Too stressful. Heart beating. Boom, 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 boom. 170, so we can do 140, 160. So we're 100% going to GX him here. So here's 170, we're doing 140, 160. Do I put him to 20 and hope that he whiffs Acerola with 3 cards in one trade? What do we get punished by? I mean, even if he does Acerola, he can't hit our Jolteon, so I like it. It puts a lot of pressure on him. We're 100% using Swift Run here. Any Guzma play isn't that scary. If he Guzma and KOs the Decidueye, I'm pretty sad, but I don't know how he can do that. He would need, like, Diancie. But again, when you see Naga, you question a count here or there. It makes you... Like, his range gets wider. As you see some niche cards. You feel like there's room for some differences. Yeah, he can Wonder Tag for Ace, which feels pretty good. Is he just going to go into the Nag and pass? Oh, wow, he's going Cynthia. Does he have Max Pot? Maybe. Retreat Max Pot. Wow. That's nuts. No, Acerola is pretty rough. The power of this GX attack is real. retreat it. Yeah, he's not even going to retreat. He just has to stay active. So I think we start with a ping. Basically make the Naga come up. But we can headbolt it anyway. With an Electropower. We just have so much burst. He doesn't know really what to play around. That's just the problem with this build. So much burst damage that can come down on him. If he promotes any GX, he could face losing this turn. If he promotes a non-GX, he could face losing. Oh, he's risked it. How much damage do we have? We have 140, 170, 200. And that's the burst. Jeez! The power. Not bad, not bad. Able to navigate a Zoroark is always nice. Obviously they had a slow turn of missing trades. Nice. We'll take it. Take it and run. Whenever you see a fighting Pokemon, you get a little bit nervous. Let's see if we can bag another win with this deck. I do need to quickly check something on Facebook because I was generously provided one of these 3 Jolteons that I'm playing with today. And I do need to shout out the man who gave them to me. Because it was absolutely out of the kindness of his heart. Didn't even ask for any packs or anything. Marty Ritter, thank you so much for providing a Jolteon GX code to me. That is absolutely crazy. It was like when the card first came out as well. So he could have got like a booster box of online codes and he just gave it to me. So that's really generous of you. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. And it's made this video possible. So hope you're enjoying it. And some Zapdos Jolteon stuff that I'll be profiling a lot of, I guess. Waiting till it's all out on PTGO. Not long now. I'm holding team-up codes in my hands, ready to go. Another Zoroark deck. Looks like they've got a pretty strong start. They can grab... Oh, Cynthia. No Elm. We would love to pick up an Eevee or a Nest Ball here. Oh, it was coming to this side of the hand. I thought it was an Eevee. Sad face. So we just got a Choice Band Cynthia here, I think. How relevant is 10 damage for our maths? Do I ever attach? Don't think I ever attach for 10. It improves us finding a basic by 1 card. But I don't really want to put down a naked Eevee anyway. That's really bad for us. I think we'll take the risk of having 1 more card in our deck that's not a basic Pokemon. Oh dear. Well, we drew a Lightning Energy. So, what? You know it was the one that I shuffled in as well, 100%. Well, that was a brick. Let's try and get another game then. One thing that surprises me is that we, in both games we had the option to Lillie, and we haven't used it because we haven't been able to draw enough cards off of it. That's why you see more... Oh, we have a rematch. Okay. Zoroark is back. Let's see if we can win again. Hello. Let's see if they can actually get set up better on turn 2 this time. So we have to play around Nag E-Switch shenanigans. Watch out for the Buzzwole turn, if they play it. Watch out for Beast Energy shenanigans as well, if they play it. We don't know if they do. We're getting a nice juicy mulligan. Let's see if we can start Eevee like an absolute champion. We can. Fantastic. And this is a hand that we can lower for a Lillie. Perfect. going to get their extra draw. Lots of mulls. Big hand. That's scary when you give a Zoroark player a big hand. They're probably going to have Rockruff Attachment Elm here. And that's a bit... Ooh. Yep. Zorua, Lele, One Tag Elm, Rockruff Attach Pass is what I'm imagining here. And going second, that's a much scarier board state. I think we actively try not to knock out the Zorua because we could just be dead to a Claw Slash. So we hold off on any Electro Powers, even though they're really fun and powerful. We don't want to die. Turn 2. There's a very far out debate for us to try and not even attack the Zorua, to try and stay alive around Claw Slash. Because he can't ace a roller and do it. If our hand is that desperate, we might have to do that. So, just prepare yourselves for that. Okay, Nest Ball is nice. I think we've got to get the backup Eevee before we get the Rowlets on the board. We have prized 2 of them, which kind of sucks. We are quite reliant on them in a matchup like this for extra damage. I'm going to put the Choice Band on the back because we don't need it at the moment. But we want to draw an extra card. Let's see. Yeah, not surprising that we didn't draw into any Zorua piece. So, let's have a little think about this. We don't have Thunder Mountain, which would have been the dream, because then we could have attacked and hit the Rockruff for 30, because we have the Electro Power energy in hand. We get very punished if he has Lycanroc, DCE, Ace Roller. Very, very punished. If he doesn't have Lycanroc, DCE, Ace Roller. Like, no, sorry. If we don't attack, how can he do it? He can't do it, right? Wait a turn and try. It just feels so... I'm just so... We have to respect this Rockruff, but I don't have Guzma anyway. I think I wouldn't attack if I had Guzma in my hand to try and deal with this Rockruff on turn 2. The fact that we don't, I think we have to accept if he has Acerola and all those shenanigans. And we can still try and roll with Cynthia to try and hit the Thunder Mountain. It's going to be a very hard turn for us, though. That makes the turn a lot less hard for us. He still has a Zoroark, though. Jeez. He's got pretty unlucky against us. I mean, he did get a lot of mulligans, so his hand is still nuts, obviously. Ooh. You know that combo of cards that sounded out of reach? Yeah, when there's 3 Zoroarks that hit the board raw, shows you that it's not that hard to reach. There's the Nag back again. Okay, no Acerola, so he's actually just going to hit into this Jolteon, which is nice. Oh, he could hit into the Eevee as well. But as long as the Jolteon doesn't go down, we're happy. We're very happy with that. Unless he plays Switch. But that's just a one-off item. We'll take this. I'm really surprised he... I guess he just didn't have any of the pieces in his hand, huh? Yeah, I guess not. I guess he was just like, I want to dig 12 cards to try and find a DC this turn and hit 150. Which isn't a bad shout at the end of the day. I wouldn't mind if he hit the active. Maybe the Choice Band makes him want to hit the active a little more. And if he doesn't evolve Lycanroc, we could just Max Potion attack. That would be great for us. Yeah, he's not going to fall for those sorts of sneaky plays. He'll take the prize. Can charge up as well. Yep. So we do 110, 140, 170. We don't get the knockout on board. But we could Volkner for the knockout if we wanted to. And GX. our board would literally just be this Jolteon. I think I want to start developing some backup stuff though. I think we risk the whiff of an Electropower. We haven't played any yet, so there's still 3 in the deck to hunt, but we want to... Got to find some basics, I think, here. Let's think about this. Our GX stack is so strong if he literally can't move us out the way. But we'll definitely just be hitting into something for 140 next turn. It'll just be into a Zoroark that he can Acerola off. Unless we find basics. This is a hard turn. I think I'm gonna do the Electropower route. We're just gonna say, what up? You can't hit me next turn. And try and... We also have 2 Rowlets in these prizes to try and find, but we didn't. Wait, did I prize 2 Rowlets last game? I can't even remember. Was it this game? Who knows? Keeping on your toes. Jolteon is such a fast-paced deck, I've forgotten which century I'm in. He has to be in a bit of fear to bring up a Lele. He has to bring up a Zoroark here, right? Whoa, he brought up a Nag. I guess he can always retreat it, but still. Pretty scary. We have to try and prepare for the Lycanroc next turn. The inevitable Lycanroc. Just try and find some round boys. I'd be scared if he played Judge. That's when we get worried. If he just DCs Lycanroc, plays Judge, that's when we're a bit monka-ass about this whole Electropower decision. He's going to grab another Zorua. Sure thing. His hand is low. He might be judging. Yep. This is where we get a bit monk-ass about this whole thing. We go, Cynthia. We're happy. We take those. He can do his trades now, build up his hand again. What an interesting board we have. GX attack is so strong though. So strong. Charging up. He's just going to gift the 1 prize. And just not put down any more. No, he's going to go into a Zoroark. Yeah. Makes sense. He just wants to Acerola anything that comes at him. Oh, big draw. I think we're getting rid of Guzma Jolteon here. That gets us a basic guaranteed. I want it to be an Eevee as a backup attacker. Happy days. And we'll play Cynthia. Nest balls are great. No lightning energy is a bit of a shame, but very happy with double Rowlet for sure. And I think we're just doing Electro Bullet here. Putting 30 on the Lycanroc is probably the most impactful thing we can do this turn, because we have to imagine that he just Acerolas or Max Potions. And if he doesn't, we're in range anyway, so... Or like, we're so close to being in range. We again had the debate where doing no damage may not have been bad for us there. I guess he has a big enough hand size now where he could DCE, retreat, E-switch though. With his little nag. I'm slightly worried about this Lycanroc completely dominating this board. Especially if we can't find any, like, energies. If we get Energy Mount and Electropower, we're chilling. If he just goes... Oh, wow, it's Guzma. That's not very bad. That's pretty good for us. Didn't have heal. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, he's just going to Turning Point. Get himself onto even prizes. He's basically trying to get the Lycanroc to kill 2 Jolteons, which makes sense. I think I still will bench this. And we have the Lillie concept to try and hit a rare candy Deci. But I'm just going to re-roll this. I think we need energies now to keep up, to stop his Lycanroc taking 4 prizes on our board. Let's do this. We do have the option of getting a Deci down. Don't really want to sack Volkner or anything else in this hand, so I don't think we can do it. 110 is bad. Taking a single prize is bad. I think we just swing on the old Lycanroc again. That's the only real threat I see on his board. I think the thing we're most worried about now is some like Max Potion E-switch DCE combos. Again, just because of the Naga, you think his range is like wider, right? At the same time, it takes up 2 spaces, so maybe he's not playing Max Potion. We haven't seen an Acerola at all in game 1 or this now game 2 that we have. Plays Treasure as well. That makes sense, I guess, with Muck, Naga, and Lele's. Trying to scout his counts as we go. Pretty certain at this point he doesn't play Baby Buzz. Whatchamacallit? Beast Energy. Maybe still Beast as a one-off. Probably not though. Here's an ace. Picking up the benched Zoroark to trade again, it looks like. Interesting call from him. I definitely should have retreated this turn, right? I should have attacked with this one. Because we were doing 30-30 anyway. That's a misstep from me. I've only just realised it. That's really bad. He's going to keep trading. Don't know what he's digging towards. He plays a thick Naga. He plays 2 Poipole. Anti-Buzzwole Zoroark deck. Sometimes you just gotta, man. Sometimes you just get tired of losing to Buzzwole decks. Okay, he's pulling the trigger. Yeah, I really wish I had attacked with this one, huh? He's gonna charge up. Down comes a Rockruff. Ah, I see. So he's setting up for E-switch Shenans to finish the game next turn. That's what he's working towards. In fact, these pal padding means he probably already has it all in his hand. Interesting. Well, there's a big Claw Slash. We have Knockout. And we are dead to Lycanroc E-Switch attach. Don't think I can play around it. He's 100% playing it if he's playing Naga. Can I do anything to make life hard for him? Not really. Can I Lele here? Lele means we lose to other stuff though. It means I could lose to DCE, Kukui stuff. I think Volkner's so weak here though that I think you have to get rid of it. Just Wonder Tag for a new hand. This does open us up to lose to other stuff, but I think his hand size is so big he will get the combo that he needs to win the game anyway. We just have to hope that like it's a 1E switch that's prized, I think. Well, that's a good hand if we're not dead. If we don't die next turn, that's a good hand to hold on to. But I'm pretty certain we're dead here. Quickly promoting that Rockruff. He's got it all. We'll drop him the Well Blade. Oh, if he's still trading, then he should not have used that Pal Pad. Unless he's a BM trades. Which would make me feel pretty dumb. Okay, here's a Timeable. Da-da. Oh, why did he Palpad? He could miss now. He didn't miss. Feels good. There it is. The reason why he plays Nag is for this moment right here. Oh. Maybe now is the moment why he plays it. There we go. He was nervous. He shouldn't have Palpadded. He had guaranteed if he didn't Palpad. Oh well. He got his own revenge on us. Let's try and get one game that's maybe not Zoroark. But maybe he's the only man on the ladder right now. Because it is pretty barren when there's not, and it's just the new set waiting room. Looks like we've got a new matchup. I think it's Blacephalon. Maybe it's something else though. I also saw Colourless in there. Maybe he plays the Ditto and Muck. Maybe he's playing Flareon. Maybe he's playing Flareon. That could happen. That's realistic. Right, we're going first. We have Jolteon out the gate, and we can Ultra Ball for a really nice Lillie here. Yep, looks like that's what we're doing. I think I'm just sacking Decidueye and Jolteon. And we're going to Lillie. Our Stretcher is in deck, so I feel pretty confident about this. Lillieing when you already have Candy Desi in hand sounds pretty strong. Any Rowlet or Nest Ball feels good. Excellent. We also have the Thunder Mountain. It's pretty powerful. I don't see a way he deals with this, so we don't need to put down another Eevee or anything like that. And we're not even close to a second Decidueye, so I'm not going to Ultra Ball away like Volkner Choice Band just to get another Rowlet. I don't think we can pass here. The benefits of getting another Rowlet would be that you can ping a Poipole, an Electro Bullet to knock it out, but I think it's too niche. So he's going to Ultra Ball away 2 fires. Nice start for him. He can also do a big Lillie if he wants to. He's just going to grab a Clown. Maybe he already has a good supporter. Why not? Yep, feels good. He can open his eyes as well if he wants to. He's got the old Ultra Space. Grab a backup Poipole, sounds good. This deck, similar to the Ninetales Decidueye builds, can jump over B-String pretty okay. That's going to be part of our priority for sure. He's actually going to retreat and pass. Very interesting. We're going to Rare Candy. And I think I'm just going to grab a Nest Ball Lightning here. Get our backup Jolteons ready to go. So, we could Thunder Mountain and hit him for 140. 160 with, oh sorry, yeah, 160 with the ping. That would be very scary. Or we could just go 80-30. I like damage. I like removing the Ultra Space as well, to be honest. Damage sounds good to me. Let's do damage. Simply because it's so perfect. We're going to hit him for a ping away, basically. And we basically, if we are going to let him have B-Strings, we'll use Swift Run on the turn that we take 2 prizes. That's the plan. Having free retreat means we're not worried about Bursting Burn at all. I don't think he can reach Mind Blown, even with 2 Nags charging up. So possibly just a Burst GX. No supporter from him either is a worry. Even got rid of a Cynthia, which kind of sucks for him. We can put down a Round Boy, which we will, and we'll play Cynthia. Really nice, that early pressure thing that we talked about. Going good. We do have Stretcher for next turn, which is huge. I definitely like just pinging the active here. We can Electropower, knock out a Nag. Which sounds pretty good. We're going to retreat out of this boy. Attach to the back just in case he counter stadiums. Play down the Electropower. And because we are going into B-String territory, are we assuming that his hand is just rings? He had no supporter last turn. I think safe is best here. Especially because we have Guzma Electropower next turn, so even if... Yeah, I think this is just the way. Yep. Nice win. Early pressure. Winning games. I feel like playing one more just because I'm enjoying this deck. It's kind of all in at times because we just don't have that draw engine to fall back on, but the early pressure is just so beautiful. Beautiful pressure. Boswell on steroids. It's like Jet Punch straight into Absorption GX. Kinda. Rowlet isn't Eevee, unfortunately. But we do have Nest Ball and Volkner. And we're going first, which is nice. We have our Lele in deck, so I'm probably just Volknering for Ultra Ball. Lightning. Is our Switch in deck? Yes. But I'm probably just paying retreat next turn. Our stretches in deck. Feels good. Okay. So we're just going to Volkner for Ultra Ball Lightning for next turn for a Lele play. And hold it all. Opponent starts Marshadow. What are they going to be playing? So many things like to let loose these days. Ooh, a Shrine deck. We only play one Counter Stadium, which is a bit yucky. And we do play a lot of GXs. What non-GX deck lets loose, though? Lotto and E-Hammer. What is happening here? Okay. So it's just a spread list that doesn't play Coco and just plays hammers, maybe? This is weak to fighting, not lightning, unfortunately. Drawing Guzma sounds good. You know that early pressure thing? I'm all about that. Let's go for it. I'm all about that early pressure life. Picking up a Cynthia meant, oh, turn 1 Volkner was now not the best, but who could have known? Not me. Great ball. He's got it all. Let loose. He's back in the game, maybe. There goes our Cynthia. There come 2 more Cynthias. They get to Lillie now for 3. Here comes the Coco. Round boy. Fresh hand. Do I want to nest ball any more Pokemon onto this board? I'll probably have to next turn for Lillie anyway, so I guess I'll do it just to get a way to thin our hand towards that Lillie. And I am going to Electro Bullet here, because I think it's going to be annoying for him to try and move these. Maybe it gets us around another flying flip for a turn. And these are going to be really easy prizes for us. I think both the Jolteon and the Vaporeon are... Whoa! 3! Let loose. Wow. Pog. Having lots of 70 hit point Pokemon on the board against a sniping deck sounds a bit... Ooh, what have I done? Is he going to Shadow Punch us here? Yep, he is. Shadow Punch. Oh my god, what a hand. That's the lettiest loose of lettuce land. So, we also have a question to ask ourselves. Do we attach to Eevee and evolve or not evolve? If we don't evolve, we're not getting shrined. If we do evolve, we pull an extra card out of our deck. I think no is my answer. Oh, hey, Jolteon. He does have a counter energy on. Do I respect it? I mean, he can retreat anyway, so I guess we do. We respect it. Take our cheeky prize. Another rare candy is pretty poggers. We didn't dump a Decidueye this game just yet. Shrine's starting to tick along nicely, but that Marshallow's in range. There's another one on the board already for us. Feels reasonable. Gonna put another counter energy down. Just a flying flip. Sounds good to me, Chief. Let's ping this. I think we can actually wait on the Max Potion. I think I can just attach an attack. I think this is fine. Plowing through. Again, Jolteon, the best spread deck there is. I've got a cat clambering to get to me. I'm going to have to get her later. Okay, judge. We found our stadium removal, which is nice. Plays Great Balls and Lottos, that's great. Oh wow, let's see. Big Daddy Necrozma. Counter catcher, nice, nice. It's gonna put a shift in, that's for sure. So he plays 3 Marshadow and Judges. It's pretty nuts, huh? Do I want to bounce Stadium? I think yes. We have enough attachments on the board already. Don't think we need to play any of these. We still have Lele in the deck. He's going to Ultra Ball. Wow, he's playing Honchkrow as well. 4th Let Loose. Wow. Really? This man likes just rolling the dice. And I like that he likes to roll the dice. Because I'm good at rolling dice, apparently. Oh, look at that. Synergy. Synergize. Bait the let loose when we can retreat out. Okay, we can still retreat. Okay. Okay, no attachment from him. Rare Candy Energy. Retreat, Ultra Ball, Rare Candy. Seems alright. Does have a good chunk of damage on us, but we're just gonna do this. Keep this little punch bag active. Make him move it. I don't want to move it. You can move it, mate. Right, how much damage does he have? 180, 210, 390. No, 290. 190, 210, 3. Yeah. Well, that was pretty easy. With a better spread deck. Confirmed. That was a lot of fun, though. I mean, having a video with 4 let loosers and 2 judges being played against me is just... That's just playing the slot machines. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Got a few good games in there. I don't think this is by any means top tier. I think there is fragile elements to this deck. Weak to fighting. I like an can run through the board similar to a Zoroark Decidueye deck. and Buzzwole is always going to be a problem, and it doesn't quite have the raw safety that Zoroark provides with trade. You're just trying to do your best with the early pressure and draw more cards via the prize cards. That's the idea. That's how you get hand advantage. Just take more prizes than the opponent. But that's it for today. Hope you got to see Jolteon in all its glory. And stay tuned because there's going to be a lot of that card coming to the channel soon. And yeah, only a few more days now till the set drops and we can start doing lots of testing on PTGO. I can't wait. For now though, it has been Joe from OmniPoke. And I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.